Well, this Russia investigation has rattled everybody's nerves. The birds are chirping, ladies and gentlemen. Donna Brazile has actually come out. She's written a piece for Politico. She's being given the opportunity to give her testimony, her side of the story, which I think is very interesting. She must have some investigators breathing down her neck. But she's got this article out, Inside Hillary Clinton's Secret Takeover of the DNC. Donna Brazile does not hold back. She's naming names. She is talking about the smoking documents that prove that the DNC was colluding with Hillary Clinton's campaign, and they indeed did rig the nomination process against Bernie Sanders. So here she's given this opportunity. She speaks, in the first person, and she really is lamenting the fact that she had to double-cross Bernie Sanders. She promised him that she would get to the bottom of it, but when she found the smoking documents, she basically said, I found the cancer, but I'm not going to kill the patient. Bernie, you need to get your supporters over to Hillary Clinton. So this is just really devastating news for all those Bernie supporters out there who were really upset with this nomination rigging and how Bernie Sanders didn't stick up for himself, or for those of you out there. So Donna Brazile says she followed the money once she was able to look into it, as she took over Debbie Wasserman's position there at the DNC. She followed the money, and what she found was a joint fundraising agreement that was signed by Hillary Clinton's campaign and the DNC way back in 2015. It was signed by the DNC, the Hillary Victory Fund, and Hillary for America. Specified that in exchange for raising money and investing in the DNC, Hillary would control the party's finances, strategy, and all the money raised. So why this is significant is that the DNC was basically broke. Donna Brazile says that it was due to Debbie Wasserman Schultz's poor management, and it was also due to President Barack Obama's neglect. So here she's pointing the fingers of blame that the DNC was totally broke, and Hillary Clinton came in and said, hey, we'll keep you afloat, but we want you to funnel all this money. And basically they took all of the money that was raised from the states, funneled it into Hillary Clinton's campaign. Politico, at the time when this first came out, said it was essentially money laundering. So what they would do, individuals who'd maxed out their $2,700 contribution limit to the campaign could then write an additional check for $353,400 to the Hillary Victory Fund. And so they can max out these contributions. This is Hillary Clinton, who campaigned on campaign finance reform. She said she'd be the one to, fix it all after she did all the money laundering and became president. So what people need to understand is that the DNC, typically they're supposed to be kind of on the side and working fairly on behalf of whoever is trying to get the DNC's nomination for the party. But they were not. Way back in 2015, 4 months after Hillary Clinton announced that she was going to run for president, a whole entire year before the DNC had named its nominee, already Hillary Clinton's campaign was totally in control of the DNC's money, all their strategizing, everything. And this is why when those WikiLeaks emails came out, they initially tried to say that they were forged, someone hacked in and forged their emails. No, it was the truth. Their campaign was colluding way back in 2015. Hillary Clinton was rigged. Brazile says that she had to call Bernie Sanders and tell him she found the documents, but get your supporters over to Hillary Clinton. She's the only one. And he didn't believe it. He said, I don't believe the polls. Are you sure? Are you sure I should drop out and give in to Hillary? And she said, yeah, do it. So here, still, she's colluding. Because she says herself, she didn't believe the polls. She didn't think Hillary had what it would take to win. But this is very interesting because, as we know, this entire Russia narrative, the whole thing, started with those hacked DNC computers. But the FBI has never actually looked at the DNC servers. They weren't asked, I guess, or they weren't allowed. We have kind of competing testimony there. James Comey says they never asked. DNC says, or Comey says they weren't allowed. DNC says they never asked. But are they going to actually look into these hacked servers now? And why didn't Donna Brazile mention any of this a year ago? Now, we know that there was a case that was brought about by all those Bernie Sanders supporters who wanted to sue the DNC because they were using their money fraudulently, all those small contributions. But a Florida judge, who I'm sure has ties to Debbie Wasserman Schultz, dismissed that case, saying that they didn't present enough of a case that it needed to move forward, so it was dismissed. Well, now we know there are the smoking gun documents that indeed the entire DNC was rigged. The nomination process was rigged in favor of Hillary Clinton. So it'll be interesting to see if those people out there are able to bring a new case with this new information. But what we can see is that they are turning on each other. They're eating their own. Hillary Clinton is indeed out. They are going to make her the sacrificial lamb. No one needs to protect Hillary Clinton anymore. They're not paying $500,000 to her husband for his speeches. They weren't that great to begin with, but we can see what's going on here. So we might actually see some justice being served with this investigation. The fact that the birds are chirping is looking really good, folks. Leah McAdoo, Infowars.com.